Hi all. So I'm putting my tire chains on. We're supposed to get a foot of snow, like 1 to 3 inches overnight, and then a foot by the day after. And I live right on Lake Erie. I'm about a mile off Lake Erie. Lake Erie's like right over there. So we get all the lake snow. There's only 4 spots in the world that get lake snow. So the snowstorm goes past, west to east, and then something happens out over the lake. It builds up more snow, and it snows for another 10 hours. Sometimes it never stops. It's usually fluffy, so it's easy to shovel, but it's still no fun. So news said 1 foot in 2 days, so that could mean 1 inch or it could mean 2 feet. A couple of weeks ago they said only 1 inch, and we got a half a foot or more. So I'm just gonna throw the chains on in case we get 2 feet. So I did a video on putting these chains on a while back, and they're pretty easy to put on. They aren't any fun putting on in the snow, but they go on easy, but you kind of got to jiggle them back and forth for a half hour until they fall in place. Okay, and it's the same thing on the car. I have them on the car too. Last time, a couple weeks ago, what I did was I ended up just jacking up the rear end just a little bit. I just put a jack underneath the axle. Here, I'll show you where I put it. I just put it right there. Just jacked it up 1 inch or 2. That got the tire off the ground, and the chain went on real easy. So before that, before I jacked it up right there, I fought with it for a half hour. I couldn't get it to fall in place for nothing. So it dawned on me the other day that maybe a 2x4 will work. So I tried it today, and that's about a 1 foot piece. It seems to work great. I did it on the other 3 tires, so I figured I'd do a video. I tried it with a smaller piece of wood, and the smaller piece of wood just disappeared underneath the tire. I don't know if that would have worked. I didn't even try it, so that's the smaller piece. It might have worked, but the tire just squished around it. Okay, so I'll set the camera up and you can watch what I'm doing. Okay, so I have another video that I did a year or 2 ago. I go into detail on how to put these things on. But I'll go over it again in case you haven't watched that video. These chains are fairly new. I think I only used them last year, but I threw them in the shed, and I never got back to them, and they rusted up pretty good. So if you get them, spray them with fluid film. Might help slow down the rust. So it's easier if you lay them out flat and see what you're doing. This ain't no fun in a foot of snow. So these these black hooks have to go the other way. So I gotta flip it over. Okay, so those black hooks have to be facing down. You see there's a split here. See the tire goes up inside this split. That's the part that wraps around the 2x4. Okay? And then this big hook here, there's a big hook here, that goes in the back at the top. Okay? So let's see, I gotta pull the truck up a little bit so it's up on the 2x4. Sometimes it takes a little guesswork after you pull it up and you put it in a park. The truck will roll just a little bit. So I think that'll work. After you do that, make sure you turn the truck off and chalk the wheels. Got a couple of bricks here. I'm just going to put one underneath the tire, front of the tire, and the back of the tire. You don't want it to roll. You don't want the truck to roll. See how I got it chalked there? There was just one on the news. I saw it on news channel website a couple days ago. The guy was working on his flower garden, you know, using a forklift to move around stones, and hopped out of the forklift for a minute, and his dog was on the forklift, jumped up and hit one of the handles and ran the guy over and killed him. You know, so you got to be extra careful when working on these big machines. Rug is optional, but it saves your knees. You may not mind it now, but when you're 50, 60 and your knees are going bad, you wish you would have taken care of them more. I've talked to a few older guys at the hardware stores. They all had knee operations. You can use a broom or something to push them over there. This guy comes in handy. So that part that's split open, I gotta wrap that around the tire here. See, that's where the wood comes in handy. It lifts up the tire just a little bit. So now I'll lift it up in the back. Don't hit the wires. There's some brake lines and stuff like that back there. So this part usually goes on easy. You just got to shift them around a little bit. Then I don't remember what the instructions say, but get one of these hooked. I don't think it really matters with the board. If you keep your fingers out of the way, it goes on a lot easier. So, and then the last one is the tough one. Slack down here at the bottom. Okay, so that actually went on fairly easy. Went on a little harder than the other ones because I had some slack at the bottom. And then you put these rubber bands on. That's why these hooks got to be facing out. So just get it started, and then this tool comes with the chains. You just do a star pattern here. You can buy spares on eBay for like 10 bucks. I don't think they fit all that precise, so I don't think you have to have the exact model. You can't find your exact model, as long as it holds it on there. After a month or so, they get real springy. You can see this one here is kind of getting old. I left it on all winter. So here's some spares that I bought. See these, I got these cheap. If I need them, I can just take the plastic off. But these, I think these are a little small, but I think they'd work in a pinch if I happen to break one. So I'll have to look around eBay, see if I can find my size. Okay. Okay, then and then unchock the wheels. Okay, so then after you get them on, you're supposed to drive a little bit and then check them. You drive a little bit, they'll tighten up and fall into place. So I talked with the fella at the factory that made these. He said don't drive on roads that aren't snow covered. He said they'll bust up. So he said that goes for any chains. So that's a tough one. This truck don't seem to move if the chains aren't on it. You know, just my driveway's got that little slant. When there's a little bit of snow and slush, the truck won't move on it. So I don't know what the problem is. Okay, so then we'll take a walk around and just check them. Yeah, these bands are getting kind of old. They're chopped up. I'm going to have to look for some new ones. They must only last a year. I had them on all last year, I think, or most of the year. I even use them on my car. I just put them on the front, and it goes right through 2 feet of snow. I only had to use them one time, but when you need them, you need them. Okay, so I think we'll call her a video. That squeak is the air conditioner. I had it checked out. It's not the alternator. The fellow said it's the air conditioner. There's a pulley. I guess there's a kit that you can buy. It's like $120 or so, just to fix the pulley. And he wanted $350 to do the job, so I couldn't afford that. So we'll have to do that maybe sometime during the winter. He said it could last a week, could last 6 months. But sometimes it squeaks and sometimes it don't. My neighbor said he can hear me 5 blocks away. So sometimes it's pretty loud. Okay, see ya. Bye.